Hi guys, you're welcome back again to my YouTube channel. This is another two-in-one content because in this video I'll be discussing two currently open Erasmus Mundus scholarship opportunity, and this is another interesting one because both programs are related, and some of the viewers will find themselves eligible for both. However, you may realize that you are eligible for just one, maybe the second or the first. So this is to inform you that the Erasmus Mundus Joint Master's Degree Scholarship on Nuclear Physics is currently open. So like I've done for close to 50 currently open Erasmus Mundus programs in different fields. I'll be checking the deadline for NucPhys. I'll be checking the requirements. I'll be checking what the selection committee will be looking at, and I'll be giving few tips. NucPhys is one of the programs I discussed that got their funding renewed a few months ago. So let's check the deadline. Okay, physics. So it's currently open. So deadline is December 19th. So that means you have approximately a month and 1 week. So it got opened and it's currently open for the 2026 to 2028 awardees. And the deadline is December 19th. So if you are just getting aware, that means you have the rest of November and almost 3 weeks in December. And make sure you put time zone in mind. I'll be attaching a playlist to this video. It's a complete and easy to follow Erasmus Mundus guide for interested applicants. You have everything you need to understand about your application in that playlist. So I recommend you watch the playlist even before you start your application. I've discussed how time zone affects your application, how to create your CV, how to write a motivation letter, and all. So let's check what we have on the website. Let's see what it requires. You can check the news, check the frequently asked questions and the answers therein. So let's see what we have on the application website. This is the 10th edition of this program. And then these are the requirements. You need to download the form I fill. You need your passport or ID card. You need up-to-date CV. You need your passport photograph. You need your certificate, your transcript, and yeah, you need to prove your English language proficiency. So all non-native speakers must have a test score, either TOEFL, IELTS, or equivalent certificate. So let's see if we have exemptions for people who do not have IELTS or TOEFL test scores. So students who have had their bachelor's in English may send a medium of certificate, this instruction certificate. This is good. So if you have a proficiency letter from a university, you can use it. Interestingly, in that playlist, I shared my own proficiency letter. I shared about 5 other samples from different universities in Nigeria so that I see that every university where you've studied can give you a proficiency letter proving that you've studied in English language. So you also need 2 recommendation letters and it has to be sent by your referees. You do not have to get the hard copy and attach. It has to be sent, of which at least one must be academic. That means one of the recommendation letters, one of the referees must be either a lecturer, either a supervisor, or academic coordinator and all, and he or she has to send the recommendation letter to this email address. You can also have the second recommender to be academic or professional, maybe from your place of work, your employer, your boss, or anybody professionally. So those are the most important things. And please note this, like I've discussed in my content where I've talked about who should be your referees, what should be in your recommendation letter at all. It has to be signed and stamped. the information is bolded. Make sure you follow strictly. Otherwise, the letter will not be taken into account. So make sure you are doing everything right. Also, after sending the documentation, you should receive a confirmation email with an ID number. So keep this number and it will be used in the following communications. Make sure you take everything serious. You need letter of motivation and letter of commitment. So these are all the requirements. You know the deadline now. You know the requirements now. Let's see what the application form has. Okay, need to download. It's a Word document. A NucPhys. Okay, the awardees will start their studies in October 2026. The deadline is December 19th, 11:59 CET. And that is why I've discussed how time zone affects your application, because some of the applicants will not be coming from countries with this time zone. So watch that video, watch the videos in the playlist attached. So your name, first name, middle name, date of birth, place of birth, nationality, passport number. You see how important the passport is, marital status, your gender, mother tongue, and all. So put in everything. Make sure you check again, preview before you attach. Uh, and here you have to write. Make sure you follow the word count. I saw 300 words. Make sure you follow that. That's the maximum. These are the mobility track that are available. So make sure if you watch that content, that playlist, I will attach to this video before the end. I've discussed mobility track, type of motivation, and everything you need to know. And I wish you all the best with the application. And yeah, it's nothing strange. Just fill all and reattach. This is a checklist. You must have all this. Yeah. So before the end of the video, I want to move to the second uh program I want to discuss. This is InterMaths. InterMaths is also open. So let's check the deadline for InterMaths. Let's check the requirements. Check the deadline, requirements. Read everything on the website. The universities under InterMaths are these universities. That's 5 universities. And the focus of InterMaths is mathematical modeling, scientific computing, control and optimization, stochastic modeling, and image processing methods. So those, if any of this interests you, please go on and apply for it. Let's check the requirement. So check this if you're actually eligible. So it's to check your eligibility. Like I've discussed on the 15th fact about Erasmus Mundus, it's open to students of any nationality. It doesn't care about where you are applying from or your citizenship. So how to decide your eligibility, you need to look through all the required documents. Therefore, you need to check minimum academic requirements and all. Let's check the academic requirements. You must have studied mathematics, applied mathematics, physics, engineering, or similar fields with a very strong mathematical background. You see, very strong, it's not a joke. Very strong mathematical background, like NucPhys, physics, mathematics, engineering, be eligible. I think I forgot to check that. I'll go back once again to see who are eligible. You can find that. So language requirement, yeah, we'll only verify. You can use the proficiency letter here as well. So if you've studied mathematics, you've studied physics, for instance, you're eligible for both NucPhys and InterMaths, even with your proficiency letter. This is a list of the requirements and follow instructions. See this. I talked about this recently when I recommend a free and easy to use application to convert your document to PDF. Check the content of the playlist. So follow instructions. You need a passport photograph size. You need a CV. To start, if you don't have an Europa CV, click this and you can use my video on where I discuss the step-by-step guide on how to create your Europa CV. You can follow that. I also shared my CV with which I won two Erasmus Mundus scholarships. You need your passport. You can also use your national ID card. EU citizens, so they can use their resident permit. So let's check the English certificate. So IELTS, TOEFL, Cambridge exam, or a proficiency letter, transcript, certificate, and you need two reference letters as well. You also need a letter of intent. Okay, to do this, you need to download this template. Download the template and follow the instructions therein. Okay, let's see what else we have there. So these are the important dates to note. It got open a few days ago. This is a fresh update. And the deadline for people who are scouting for fully funded opportunity is February 25th. That's the whole of time. That means almost the whole of November, the whole of December, the whole of January, and almost the whole of February. That's more than 3 months. That's the whole of time. So to know how competitive this opportunity is, there is only 20 scholarships. So you are competing with the world, hence the need to submit outstanding applications. If you have special need, write about it. And yeah, those are the important things to note even before you start your application. And please put this in mind, the time zone. In the playlist I'll be attaching to the video, I'll talk about everything you need to know. I recommend you watch all the videos even before starting your application. I talked about how time zone affects your application, how to write a motivation letter, how to write a CV, and I shared all my documents in the playlist with which I won Erasmus Mundus. So guys, start early, inform your referees early. I've talked about who should be your referee, what should be in your recommendation letter, and all, and I think everything you need to know. So if you have questions, put in the comment section. And guys, do not forget to subscribe and share. The goal is 5,000 before the end of 2025. It's possible if you support my channel, if you share, if you subscribe. And let me see what I eligible before let me see what I eligible for NucPhys. Definitely physics. Who have studied physics are eligible. Let's see other people. Page now. Okay. Links. Let's see what are eligible for this. Okay. Requirement is showing here again. We already know the requirements. Trying to find read more. Let's see the general information. So if you read through and you find it interesting, okay, reading the objective, you know if you're actually eligible. So the student will be trained in basic nuclear physics and technology, safety and radiation protection, and the master's addresses the inspiration of students in industry and other institutions like the hospitals, and seeks to bring young researchers into Euratom supported research project. If you read all this and you find yourself, you see that it resonates with your interest, yeah, go for it. Theoretical nuclear physics, application in small accelerators, experiments and instrumentation in large accelerators and all. Go for it, guys. Start early. I wish you the best for your application. Bye.